It all started last Tuesday. I woke up and the first thing I noticed was the time on my alarm clock, 3:07 a.m. The second thing I noticed was the door. It was standing right there in the middle of my living room wall, where my favorite painting used to be. It wasn't an ordinary door. It was old, made of a dark, almost black wood, with a tarnished brass knob and no keyhole. My heart hammered against my ribs. I live alone on the 14th floor. No one could have brought this in. I pinched myself hard. Nope, not a dream. I crept closer, my hand outstretched, but before my fingers could touch the cold metal, it vanished. Just like that, poof, and my painting was back in its place. I stood there, bewildered, until the sun came up, convincing myself I'd had a vivid nightmare. But then it happened again the next night. 3:07 a.m. I was ready this time, phone in hand, to record. The door reappeared, silent and imposing. It seemed to hum with a strange energy, pulling me toward it. I got right up to it, filming the intricate carvings in the wood spirals and symbols I'd never seen before. I reached for the knob, my hand trembling. It was ice cold, sending a shock up my arm. I tried to turn it, but it wouldn't budge. It was locked from the other side. As I stood there, wrestling with it, I heard something. A faint whisper, like wind through leaves, coming from behind the door. I couldn't make out the words, but the tone was pleading. Then, just as before, it was gone. When I checked my phone, the recording was just static. The third night, I was determined. I set up 3 different cameras, all pointed at the spot. I had a crowbar, a flashlight, and a good dose of what was probably foolish courage. At 3:06 a.m., my apartment grew cold, the air thickened, and right on schedule, at 3:07, the door materialized. This time the whispering was louder, clearer. It was a voice, a soft, melodic voice, calling a name. Not my name, but a name I felt I should know. Elias, it called. Elias, please open it. I wasn't Elias. I gripped the crowbar, my knuckles white. Who was Elias? Was he the one who was supposed to open this door? Was he trapped on the other side? The plea grew more desperate, filled with a sorrow that chilled me to the bone. Night after night, it's the same routine. The door appears at 3:07 a.m. The voice calls for Elias. I've tried everything. I've shouted back, asking who's there. I've hit the door with a hammer. Nothing works. It remains sealed, a silent puzzle in my living room. I haven't slept properly in a week. I spend my days researching ancient symbols, looking up building records, trying to find any mention of an Elias connected to this place. I feel like I'm on the edge of a massive secret, a story that's been waiting to be told. The door isn't just a door, it's a gateway, and something or someone on the other side desperately wants it opened. Last night, something new happened. Along with the whispering, there was a soft blue light seeping from under the door. It pulsed gently, in time with the pleading voice. It wasn't menacing. It was beautiful and incredibly sad. I dropped the crowbar. I didn't want to break it down anymore. I wanted to understand. I sat on the floor in front of it and just listened. The voice wasn't just calling a name. It was telling a story, fragments of a forgotten memory, a promise made long ago. I'm starting to think this isn't a haunting. It's a message that has somehow chosen me as its recipient. I don't know what will happen if I ever manage to open it. Will I be letting something in, or will I be letting someone out? Every night at 3:07 a.m. I'm faced with the same choice. The mystery continues, and honestly, I have to see it through. What would you do? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see what happens next, make sure to subscribe. You won't want to miss it.